Alright, so we're gonna start this battle off with a first for me. To be perfectly honest with you, I have never seen somebody try to use a ranged cavalry unit to charge forward and try and take out an artillery. Clever, clever bastard. As you can see, that first volley unfortunately did not work in that. He tried basically running forward, using his fiery javies of justice to burn down that artillery, but unfortunately it did not work. As you can see, Carthage here, Carthage had brought his Cretan archers up here, but his tactic was going to be different. He was going to try and just shoot the crew, which he did. See that? You kill, I believe you have to have 3 crew members to be able to operate a ballista. So Carthage, instead of trying to burn it, he just said, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to try and shoot its crew and kill it. So there are a couple different strategies. Now anyways, back to the important stuff. My name is Ellington and welcome back. We are here with another great battle replay from the Dragon Corps, and this one looks like it's pretty good. We've got some good players in it. To attacking, we've got Galatia being commanded by Puv, Nabatea being commanded by Tityrond, Carthage being commanded by Saturate, and Tylus, sorry. I was going to say Galatia again. Tylus being commanded by Posgwin. Now defending, we have got Chimeria being defended by Murauder. Kush being commanded by B-Man. Everybody knows the B-Man now. Made him famous. Nervii being commanded by Bunghammer. And finally, RDI being commanded by Kaiser. So, kind of a typical thing. This map is called Pulpadeva. It seems to be the pretty typical tactic to attack this kind of, here I'll draw it in green, this kind of area around here. Typically multiple 2 or 3 factions attacking this corner with, 1 to 2 factions attacking here. What I tend to see is 2 and 2 pretty much. It's hard to fit all the factions into this corner to attack this one spot. So that's why you typically will see kind of a split 2v2 there. Occasionally you will see people attack this long stretch of wall here. But the downside to it is in this spot you have a tiny place you can land or land towers or break down, and then after that it's 2 choke points. Then over here, same thing, a small place here with a choke point there, and then a choke point there. You do have a pretty decent stretch there, but like I said, other than that, it's pretty much just kind of a tough place to hit there. So over this way, you can see you do have a long stretch of wall to hit. And then same thing here, you have this entire corner, and then this entire wall there. The downside to this side is, obviously, you could see things like slingers get up on the walls, and they can shoot into your troops as they move the towers forward, or your towers or tortoises forward. You do have also this area up here that you can attack as the attackers. A pretty decent stretch of wall here. But the downside is you get into this and you have pretty much a little fort that you have to fight through. So after they get in the walls, they get to fight through all of this, which is always fun. You can see Galatian swords there getting kind of slaughtered by some Kushite slave infantry. Actually, luckily getting out of there in time because I think it's going to avoid the wall breaking down. But as you get through this big courtyard here, you have basically kind of 3 choices. You can push through here and then kind of make your way through multiple places, right? Or you can push up through this spot here and then you can come up through the keep here. But once again, the keep being pretty difficult. The downside to this area here, obviously, is if you have not taken the keep, then the defenders have a really fantastic angle with their slingers or archers. Ooh, the artillery coming in. This is going to be the tough part for the defenders. Being a 4v4, a lot of troops are going to get clumped up in this spot, getting ready to go and defend the walls. And that's going to leave a lot of targets for the artillery. Ooh, here's a fun matchup. Look at this. Chimerian heavy archers versus the Nabatean heavy archers. I will say, though, the Chimerians should take that. Chimeria has probably the best archers in the game, especially when it comes to an archer v archer. Although, Galatia also has his Syrians up here, so a 7v4 will not go well for Chimeria. Look at this, the Nabateans shooting into the back of the Scythian hoplites here from Chimeria. That's a good volley there. Levi Freeman gets some really good jabbies into him. And look at that, you can see the Cretans from Carthage also close by. So you're looking at, what, 10 heavy archers, 10 really good archers from the attackers. From the defenders, you've got the Kushite archers, which I doubt he brought royals. Maybe it's his gen, yeah. But so you've got 4 archers, 8 archers, 12 archers, and then slingers from RDI. Man, these are really good targets. Look at the arty coming in, guys. Oh, right into the Gallic hunters, right through the Kushite slaves. I think this one kind of got the Chimerians. It's going to be a little bit of a sticky spot here for Chimeria. Chimeria's basically got to do everything he can to duel these archers if he can. The nice thing about the Chimerians is they do have a higher shot per minute than the Nabateans or the Galatians. So, especially Nabatea, or the Chimerian heavies are actually one of the archers that is actually kind of worth it to give them 1 chevron at the beginning, because it gives them 7 shots per minute. Oh, look at that arty right through like 2 units, man. But yeah, so Chimeria's basically got to do as much as he can, and it's tough because they could put Nabateans here and Syrians there, or they could switch that, or they could bring the Cretans up here. Like, it's going to be pretty difficult, especially since I'm not really seeing much of Kush trying to support that. Kush is actually taking a lot of losses here. Look at this. You can see they're tired of getting hammered. They're trying to move troops back. Actually, it honestly looks like they're giving up the corner. What they're probably going to do here is defend the keep and probably defend like this or something. They do have to be, they have to be mindful of this here as well. That is a sizable force there that could decide to attack it. Looks like some of the Kushite slave infantry are going to be left behind to try and slow down this assault while the more important Scythian hoplites and things like that can get out of here. So it looks like they're pretty much just going to defend this, which is pretty disgusting because if the attackers advance into this, look at the corner shots that the defenders can get here. The downside is it looks like the attackers' artillery still has range on them. Not sure what their range is because this is defenders' viewpoint, so you can't really see the other side's range on their stuff. But I wouldn't be surprised if their range is right in here. So the defenders may end up having to fall back a little further. I'm not sure. Look at the masses of these fierce swords and naked swords. Or naked warriors, excuse me. I think a fierce sword is being put up to kind of back up the Scythian hoplites a little bit. That's kind of nasty. Scythian hoplites are pretty good for their price. Look at this. If they got a shot into this right now, it would be really, really juicy. Got the Illyrian noble hoplites, which are always a fun one to see. They are very, very good, especially for their price. Over this way, just a standard Illyrian hoplites. Do have some backup of Kushite units and some. Ooh, oh, right, just clipped the noble hoplite here. Yeah, so sorry. Also some Nervii here. So the attackers have some really, really nice angles against the defenders right now. If I was Carthage, I might have even had mine a little more over this way. I think it might have given them a little bit, I mean, could you imagine? The angle at that point would be right into this. Right now, it's still a solid angle, don't get me wrong. Levy Freeman just going to sit here and throw javies. And then artillery going to shoot behind, get some Kushite slaves. Got a couple fierce swords. Look at the slingers, though. Really nice shot. But I think these Cretans are about to put an end to these slave slingers. Let's see it. Look at the slings. The slings. Look at the stones. Oh, the volley. And say goodbye to slave slingers. Amazingly, they survived that. I don't really know how, but I don't think it'll be much longer. The Fierce Swords and the Scythian Hoplites look like they're kind of cycling a bit. I highly doubt that the attackers will push this. They might if they put enough pressure here, but I doubt it. It's going to cost them a lot to get through this keep. And over here, it looks like we have an advance from the side force. Even have a mercenary noble fighter from Carthage here as well. Gallic warriors, Nabatean axe warriors, and then Galatian legionaries. The backbone of the Galatian army. Illyrian hoplites seem to be doing relatively well, but I think the attackers are just going to sit here and throw javies. Here's the thing that the attackers have an advantage here, is they can pull up, throw their javies into this, but these are hoplite units. They can't throw javies back. So it literally costs the attackers absolutely their own artillery right through their own axe warriors. That's painful. Could you imagine? You're sitting there like, yeah, we're going to kick these guys' asses. You get shot from behind by your own artillery. You see Chimeria's artillery. Look at this. Just, very, very nicely done there. The attackers kind of making a little bit of a boo-boo, just forgetting to either deal with that artillery or not clump up because of the artillery. By the way, hopefully a couple people had left some comments about the sensitivity on the mic being a little high. Hopefully I did adjust that a little bit. Hopefully that's a little better now. Let me know if it cuts or kind of stutters out or anything, because that could mean that I maybe went a little too far in the sensitivity adjustment. So just give me a holler. Let me know what you guys think. I think the Carthaginians are now coming over to deal with that. They said, You got 92 kills already on that. Chimeria was... Who was that again? Marauder. Yes, I will always say that because that's how he spells it. He spells it like M-O-O-O-O-R-O or R-A-U-D-E-R. Marauder. Got Fierce Charge on the Nabatean Axe Warriors. The one thing about that is that it will cause a little bit of exhaustion on these Axe Warriors. So once that kind of wears out, a little bit of a stutter there, excuse me. I don't know why I'm saying stutter, because the game or I'm not sure why I'm saying sorry, because it's the game that stuttered, not me. And then, of course, I went on to stutter. And you know what? Shut up. I hear you. I can feel you judging me, be like, hey, Ellington, God, what an idiot. Ooh, Celtic warriors not getting off the wall fast enough. Lost about, I don't know if they lost half their unit there exactly, like they could have lost more units at a different point before this, but they did lose a sizable chunk to the Tortoise. Unfortunately, that is typically due to the game just being dumb sometimes. These units, though, this tiny little unit that's part of the unit that actually did get away, is now stuck on the wall, by the way. It cannot get off that wall anymore. Neither can these poor slave slingers that are actually shattered. Technically, they should be running away, but they can't. I guess that's a good way to, like, get your men to not run, is being like, you know what, you're trapped on the goddamn wall. What are you going to do now? I think this is a smart move. Carthage bringing up a pike already, because to be honest with you, there's nothing here. There's no archers or anything. So these Illyrian hoplites are pretty good, and so are these, the fierce swords are really good, but they can't do anything about a pike, so it's a really smart move by Carthage. That's just good awareness. That is good awareness of the battlefield around you. There is a Gallic hunter here, or two of them it looks like, but I don't know if that's going to be enough to really deal with the pike. We'll see. We shall see. Yeah, they have just pretty much basically given up on this. I think what their plan is they're going to push through here and then try to exploit through the rest of the city, possibly. You know, you get through here, you work your way around, and you do the hokey pokey and turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Hey! Sorry, I had to. But yeah, anyways, you work your way through here, and you can push through the stairs, go up this way, or even come all the way around. I think you have to come all the way around like that. But yeah, I don't blame them for not wanting to go through here, but I think Chimeria is bringing up his heavy archers. I think he's going to try and get a shot on these pikes. Well, I guess they decided now they are going to. Maybe it could be they dealt with the artillery, so they're not worried about that anymore. Or it could be that they have the archers that they feel like they can deal with these slingers on the walls, possibly. Syrians up here now getting rid of the Gallic hunters, so they won't be much of an issue anymore. Which should allow the pikes to do their job. Doesn't look like Chimeria was able to get a shot, or he might have been worried about the Cretans as well. On a, you know, toe-to-toe, the Chimerian heavies will win that fight with the Cretans, but I think he only brought up 1 or 2 units, so they may not be able to take that. We're not gonna take it. We're not gonna take it. Anybody? Anybody? If you didn't sing with me on that, shame. Shame on you. I told you guys, I think in the last video, I'm gonna get myself a cowbell, and I'm gonna do the shame. Ding. Shame. Ding. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna do it. Ooh, got a little bit of a pull through here by the pikes. That's not good for them. Honestly, it's more painful for the pikes than it was for the hoplites. So the Syrians actually shooting back here at the axe warriors. Not particularly sure why. Not sure why they did not holding their ammo on them at least. I mean, that's a good back shot right there, but ooh, I just think they're probably are better targets. I don't know. Once again on this side, just waiting. I think they're waiting to once again make this pressure over here before they decide they want to start doing this. I think they probably want to force the defenders to peel away units to somewhere else. And as soon as I speak and say what I think they're going to do, they're like, nope, ah! Joke's on you, we're going to do something different. So you can see Tylus has his tribal warriors moving forward. It's going to be defended by Scythian hoplites right off the bat. It's got Kushai's archers right there pretty quick too. Shotel's actually going to charge into the tribal warriors. It's a double line of tribals. The Illyrian hoplites are actually been replaced with new ones. New and improved. But once again, that pike is going to be the tough thing to deal with. It has lost 16 men so far, so they have been able to deal some damage to it. But in the end, these Illyrian hoplites will lose that fight. Ooh, this looks like a good Maybe let's turn around and go to the other side like this. Maybe we can get a good little like skyward shot, you know what I mean? There we go. There we go. All right, now you can see actually Galatia has moved forward and is engaging the Scythian hoplites there. Let me see, the slave slingers are shooting, so they should be getting some pretty good angles there. 18 kills so far. I don't think you can go up through this. Maybe he was trying to like get a javi toss or something. I'm not 100% sure there. If I remember correctly, I don't think you can go through that little spot though. But look at the Pikes, man. Just racking up kills. I kind of forgot about this, sorry. They have moved forward, but I don't think they've really advanced any at all. So I think they've kind of been holding their position. I don't think they've quite been going into this spot. I'll tell you what, these Pikes are getting really, really nice kills. Usually in a match against kind of like good experienced players, Pikes in reality are a lot more of a deterrent than a killer. It's more of a like, hey, you're not gonna go through this spot because you can't get through my Pikes, rather than I'm gonna kill you with my Pikes. But every once in a while you get these games where Pikes are able to really get some really nice kills, just because at that point in time, whoever you're facing just doesn't have an answer for them. What I would suggest in this point would honestly be to avoid this. My suggestion would be to fall back to here and make a kill box. In the end, the Pike can only go one direction. So if it can only go one direction, force it to. And then put your stuff on the other side to deal with it. You know, I think that would be the best spot, and I'm kind of surprised that we have not seen RDI do that right now. A little bit of a boo-boo here by RDI. I think there's really just some unnecessary losses taking on right now, and I'm kind of surprised that his other players didn't make the suggestion to make that kill box. He's also brought up some mercenary peltas now. Got a nice push coming over here. More Carthage coming over. Noble fighters. Got the Hellenic cataphracts from Nabatea ready to go in. So they are pushing some stuff in. Nabatean axe warriors and Galatian swords. And over this way, looks like some axe warriors switching out, some charging. Frenzy charge into the Scythian hoplites. Nice charge, look at that. Up to 40 kills already. Fierce swords have moved up. Then you've got more axe warriors here engaging the Scythian hoplites in the keep. I don't believe anything came out of putting anything on the wall here. I don't think it really got any kills, but it probably was just there to deal with the artillery. Slingers up here, up to 25 kills only. I honestly expected more. Oh man, RDI, give it off the Pikes, man. Oh no. In a match like this, guys, Pikes should not get this many kills, okay? Like, 300 kills on a Pike. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. I understand that RDI probably feels like he's like, well, what do? I don't have a choice. I can't just let them in. But I think his mistake here is he's just not, just make the kill box. You know, you can even do like 3 units if you want to. But I would suggest 1 and 2. 2 units. Oh, it's painful to watch. I'm just gonna move away. Can't watch it anymore. Ooh, looks like Shotel's what's getting shot here? Gallic Hunters. I don't really know why Chimeria, okay, he's bringing his archer. I was like, why doesn't he have all his archers up here? If he had all his archers up here, he could deal with this. Peltis for RDI have now been thrown into the fray here. The Pike is down to 65 men, 332 kills. Oh, Lord. Sam Knight Warriors from Carthage here, excuse me. They got Tribal Warriors, Galatian Legionaries. They are actually committing a pretty decent force to the assault on this keep. I think the one thing they wish they probably had was something to, either an angle or something to deal with the slave slingers, because they are just racking up kills. 119 kills on the slave slingers now. Over on this wall here, Galatian swords up on the wall. Looks like they're trying to deal with the Celtic warriors. Over here, some Levy Freemen? I don't know where the hell they came from. They must have been hidden in one of the forests. Got the Hellenic Desert Cataphracts here. Maybe like waiting for hopefully an opening into one of the gates there. Is this Pike still? Dude. I'm losing my shit, man. Tylus, look at that. Nice little side angle there. It does disrupt the Pike line a little bit. And they are getting some good javies into those Pikes. Finally. 354 kills. No, no. Bounce power right now is pretty even. I think it could be a hair in the attacker's favor, but it is by no means like dramatically in the in the favor of either side. Look at this! Actually, a unit has snuck around. I think. I don't think the Scythians were fully holding the point or the choke point, which is another reason that they at this point should be moving to a more like a better position, you know. You know, you got armored showtails up here now, Kushite slave infantry. These thorough spears may need to go forward to fill that gap. Sam Knights have now gone in. What are these slingers? 140 kills now. Got depleted axe warriors that probably broke and then came back. Not 100% sure what the Hellenic cataphracts are doing. Once again, he may just be trying to get something in to open a gate to allow those Hellenic cataphracts to get in and roam free. This map is a lot like Athens in the way that the interior is extremely open for cavalry. Look at all this space in here. So when you get in, the attackers can actually be pretty effective with their cav. Some Galatian raiders, excuse me, are in the settlement as well. So it looks like Galatia went with 3 Syrian archers and 1 raider cav.
Defensive positions.
And then, I mean, it looks like they're rushing things over here. But to be honest with you, I'm not sure that they should continue holding that spot. I don't know if it's really a feasible place for them anymore. It looks like the Pike is finally starting to break with 378 kills. 31, ooh, there they go. Now they're starting to drop. Looks like the Gallic Hunter's finally getting into them. But honestly, the Pikes have been doing their job. They have pushed their way in. This defensive line started here, and look how far the Pikes have gotten them. So if they can get them that far, the rest of the units can finish the job. Sam Knight Warriors going up against Armored Showtails, which isn't really what you want. You know, Armored Showtails is a bad matchup. And also the Gallic Hunters over here doing a really nice job shooting at them in the side. Well, here we go. Tylus getting in and around the line here and probably going to get into the back of the Armored Showtails. Could cause a little bit of a break there, especially the Armored Showtails are only 81 men left. Dervii and Kush really just throwing stuff in to hold this spot. The line is a little broken though. They got this, but there's nothing to continue the line. So Nabatean Axe Warrior, you're going to charge the next layer, which is the Scythian Hoplite. So now they should have done a little better job of setting up that line properly. Balance of power, I think, might have shifted a little bit back in favor of the defenders. Not by any, like, I still think it's a little in favor of the attackers, but it has shifted a little bit. I think they've either given up or they're just waiting. Carthage should probably pull back a little bit further because he's just getting shot by the tower and just losing men. So a bunch of the cav over this way. Levy Freeman looks like he's going to be moving forward, but we do have a mercenary axe warrior coming up to probably assist in just keeping that neutralized, keeping it from being opened, if I could speak correctly. The armored Shotel somehow has continued to make it. I don't know how that sumbitch is alive, to be honest with you. But you can see they're just running out of stuff over here. They continue to throw things into the mix. They've oh no, another pikeman. So you got Thorax Pikes, and then back behind you got Iberian Swords throwing their javies right into the defenders. Please don't make the same mistake with the Nabatean Thorax Pikes as you made with the Carthaginian African Pikes. Ooh, look at this. Raiding horsemen coming forward and getting some javies into the Chimerian heavy archers. Slick move there by Tylus. Once again, I think like they've kind of stopped sending things over here. There we go. So RDI, he's not quite doing like a kill box, but he is drawing into a line that is much longer than the Nabatean Thorax Pike can make. So that is going to force the Pike to basically decide which way it wants to go. And that is a full Noble Hoplite line. Got some Oathsworn in combat, 172 kills on him now. Then Tribal Warriors moving in and Iberian Swords. The Nabatean Pikes look like they're going to hit this side here. The Syrians, like the archers for the attackers, have really just been a really good at just sitting here and waiting for the Chimeria to show its face. Chimeria's archers are extremely good, but it can't take on that many. You can see he is moving forward or moving around here, excuse me, and getting some shots into the Syrians. But luckily Galatia noticed that and got the hell out of it. Look at this. So that Levy Freeman actually went over here. I'm wondering if they're actually going to get in over here or if they're going to have to run their cav all the way back around. Carthage is attacking here. Noble Fighter's gone in. Lost a few men, it looks like. Then over this way you've got Libyan infantry and Scutari, which are two pretty good units. And then is this a glitched Scutari maybe? I don't know if maybe this tower is glitched and that Scutari is now stuck maybe? Then you got some Syrians back here. They're both out of ammunition. That one only has 89 kills and it's out of ammo. Not sure how they managed that, but... See, Thorax Pikes are not... I don't think they're quite in combat right now. I think they're sitting just outside of combat. Oathsworn from Nervii sitting here waiting. Noble Hoplites, 27 kills, 17 kills, and 28. Oathsworn at 189 from Tylus. And it looked like a Tribal Warrior might be moving up. And now Samnite warriors moving forward and going to engage the Chimerian nobles now. That is a good unit for Chimeria. 45 melee attack is pretty darn good for a hoplite unit. What are the Illyrian noble hoplites? 38, but I think the Illyrian noble hoplites are cheaper too. Look at how much has died just in this little block radius of this street. Could you imagine living in one of these houses and, like, you know, you win the day, you walk outside, you're like, what the hell? Who's gonna clean all this shit up? Probably you. Scythian hoplites. We got a fresh noble infantry here. Chimerian noble or heavy archers have done a pretty good job here, doing as much as they possibly can in, you know, kind of keeping the archers at bay. The attackers have kind of realized that their archers, you know, 1v1 cannot take on Chimeria, so they've, you know, anytime it's come up, they've had to retreat and fall back. Or wait for reinforcements to come up to try and make the Chimerians retreat. Yeah, he run it's fucking Cav all the way back around. Poor Tityron. Like, god damn it! I wanted to get in over there! There's two different, so you got this one and this one. Are they both glitched towers? Like, what is happening? Like, half of them are on the tower, half of them aren't. Got the Nabatean noble cavalry, then the noble horse general for Galatia. Carthage's general is over there. Hellenic cataphracts actually charging into one of the breaches. Got a pretty solid charge there. Got a good enough charge that it looks like he's going to go through. And that is a big problem for the defenders. Once again, the Cav has a lot of room to play here. Ooh, that's a disciple of Epidemic. That's a mercenary axe warrior. So one, you're looking at some Javies here. There's the other one. The other Hellenic cataphract charging in as well. Looks like he's going to choose for the mercenary axe warriors. I don't think he actually got a charge there. Look at the kills though, 104, 17, 20. Yeah, I don't think he got the greatest charge on that one. Honestly, I think I might come back around like that. If you can get around here, you can really do some work. Thorax Pike at 47 kills. Over this way, actually a pretty good push going on. Ooh, actually a Galatian unit actually got through chasing the archers. Better run, Chimeria, get your Scythian hoplite in there, buddy. Noble hoplite, 68 kills, 70 kills, and 66 kills. Cataphracts once again getting a nice charge, 157 kills. But they are getting really depleted here. 14. Hellenic cataphract in the breach. Ooh, not great. Only 2 kills. Oof. But the raiding horse, or Galatian raiders, excuse me, going in the other side, getting stopped up by some noble hoplites from RDI. The Gallic Hunters look like they are out of ammo, which is not fun because I believe now the second Pike unit has moved up. So, I mean, you kind of have a Pike and a half. 42 men left in this one. 55 kills so far. Not 370 something that Carthage has got. Noble Fighters 130 kills. The Chimerian Noble Infantry at 17. Galatia actually making some progress in this breach here. Or not breach, but that like gateway. A lot of Nabatea moving forward now. A bunch of Nabatean Axe Warriors. It's getting a little interesting, I'll say. Hey, this gen got another kill. Somehow the General's Bodyguard has 54 kills. I'm not particularly sure how. Oathsworn 97, and that's already half health. Damn. Not sure what happened to it, but that's not exactly what you want to see. Oathsworn 78 for Nervii. The Chimerian Noble Infantry getting in combat now. I don't know. This is a good-looking push right here. Got some Mercenary Axe Warriors moving forward. 100. Or wait, hold on. No. 52 kills on them. But I don't think this push is going to last much longer through this gateway here. What are they? Polarics shooting up into that as well. Probably aiming at the Disciples here. 127 kills. Nabatea redirecting some of his forces. Looks like they are going to go and maybe assist with this push, because it does look like they are getting a little short on manpower over here. They do have the one Pike left, but Tylos is down to just the 2 depleted units here. 1 Tribal Warrior, 1 Oathsworn. Got movement from the Chimerian Heavies. But it looks like they are out of ammo. Nice thing about the Chimerian Heavies is they do have spears. Got Scutari and Noble Fighters, but being defended by Noble Hoplites and a few kind of scattered, depleted units from Nervii. And he's got one of his units from over on this flank now moving towards the front, because honestly it's much more needed here. Ooh, one of these guys actually, 2 of these guys actually still have ammunition. And they've got a really nice angle. Look like they are targeting the Thorax Pikes that are at 100 kills now. Yeah, he's going to have to adjust that. I think he was getting a little mixed in with the defenders. I almost wonder if you don't consider taking the Nabatean Axe Warriors into that spot for a moment. Scythian Hoplites actually caught the Thorax Pikes out of position. Once again, the line has got a little janky here. I almost wonder if the attackers are losing a little steam here. It's definitely too early to say, but if you would ask me probably 10-15 minutes ago, I probably would have said, hey man, I think the attackers are doing real nice here. Very nice. I don't think they would be like upset at all where they were 10 minutes ago, but looks like they are losing a little steam. This, I think, might still be their best chance at a push right now. It's hard to say for sure. What was that Noble Fighter at? 277, triple chevron. Those are because I think part of it is Noble Infantry, things like that. Oh, and then look at the break in the middle. Right down the center. Nabatean Axe Warrior is probably going to loop right around here while the Noble Fighter goes left. He's actually going to charge into that. But they really just don't have anything to exploit that with. Except maybe the Cav? I don't think it's really going to do anything. I mean, he might still be able to sneak through here, but it's hard to say. If those Noble Fighters can work through that. Actually, he can, because the RDI unit over-pursued. He got caught up by the Scythians. And then the Royal Kushites are also taking advantage of that as an opportunity to shoot. And to be honest, over here, it's pretty much done with. You can see Nervy Eye already moving units over to help on the other side. It's not good. Not good at all for the attackers. Host 170 kills. 20 men left. They are not broken, and that Chimerian Noble Infantry just went right through that unit. That unit is not broken, Chimeria. That is a wavering unit. Just saying. I mean, that's broken now, but you definitely pulled right through that. And that's a bit of an issue because it allowed him to go right around and flank the other side of the battle here. The Pikes actually fell back to defend this, which is probably a good idea, preventing the defenders from looping around. And the attackers are just going to concentrate on this push right here because the point, I don't think I showed you guys, is here. So honestly, the defenders are a little out of position in a lot of places. As of right now, the attackers could go right to the point. And honestly, I gotta say, I'm a little surprised that they aren't. Could be that they're just trying to deal with the last couple of remnants in this area before they do. It's a couple Fierce Swords and like that, the general here from Chimeria, who's 137 kills. What I would do is I think I'd probably bring my Cav gens around. You got Galatia that's gotten into the backs of the fort or the keep up here. He's up to 72 kills. Looks like Carthage and Navantia are going to try and get their Cav through. But the defenders have to walk all the way around, or if they can get through, they can go like this. But the attackers are in a good spot to get on the point and set up for a defense of their attack, if that makes sense. They really want to get these Pikes up there pretty quick, though. They can get these Pikes up in here. That will really assist. Up in here, up in here. Sorry, I had to. Navantia, run! You're getting shot, Navantia, run, please! Oh, he's just getting shot for free. Just losing men. Oh, Navantia. Look at this, Thorax Pike gonna get cut off. So the attackers are, the attackers are in a little bit of an interesting situation here. Not really sure how they're going to handle this, to be honest with you. 246 on Tylus's general. Triple chevron. Noble Horse Gen for Galatia at 106. He should probably try and get back. And balance power is really shifted into the defender's favor. Can the attackers pull this off? I bet they really wish they had their entire army here to do it, though. Thorax Pikes, don't engage. Just run. Run. You want those guys where you are trying to hold. Looks like he's putting the Syrians on the wall to try and shut up the Royal Kushite archers. But I hate to say, I just don't know if it's... Look at this noble fighter! 434 kills! You can see, though, that it has not gained another chevron since we saw it the last time, which means, well, it just did, excuse me. It literally just gained one. That's probably because the things that it has been killing are cheap, crappy, or like archers, something like that. Yeah, I don't see any way that the attackers are going to be able to fully neutralize this point. So I think it's going to come down to can they get a rout or a break, something. Looks like Galatia's general is gone. I think Carthage is the only general that's left. I don't see Nabatia's either. And what sucks is the Nabatian, or wait, did it? Oh, it did get off, and it's so far away. Wait, it says his general, what? Where? It says General is alive. Where the hell is the Nabatean General? What? It must have gotten hidden somewhere over here, maybe. Like, it could just be in a spot where if the defenders can't see it, we can't see it right now, because this is from the defenders' perspective. So if it's hidden from them, it's hidden from us. That's the only thing I could think of. Is Nabatea's General has got to be hidden somewhere. But it is alive, because the other unit out there says it is. But I think that's going to be army losses. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this. A really fun battle early on. I really think the attackers had the initiative. But man, the defenders pulled this back. I think that this side over here was a little bit closer than it really needed to be. That Pike was really doing better than it should have. RDI, I think, made that mistake that he really needed to kind of kill box it. But I think in the end, it just ran out of steam. All right, so let's look at the kills. Now, for the defenders, we have Marauder as Cavalry with 1,621 kills. 2 of his archers doing really well. The other 2, this one not great at all. This one did okay. 219, 111, 100, 111, 183 on the nobles. And the Scythians got 232. Kaiser as RDI with 1,616. His noble hoplites did pretty solid. And a couple other infantry did pretty good. His axe warriors there. B-Man as Kush with 2,370 kills. 2 of his Kushite archers doing really well. His Showtails did pretty solid. Armor Showtails did really well. Look at the Disciples there, 220, 195. Then a Kushite Slave with 234. Bunghammer as Nervii, excuse me, with 2,689 kills. As per typical for Nervii, the infantry doing very, very well. Now for the attackers as Carthage, we have Saturate with 2,909 kills. Archers doing okay, but he had a Balearic Sling with 260. Artillery doing really well, 179 and 135 on the General. Look at the Noble Fighter, 480, then 194 on the other one, 381 on the African Pikes. So those 3 units right there is almost 800 kills. And then his Sam Knights did pretty good. Posgwin as Tylus with 2184. His Oathsworn General, 276. His others doing okay, 195, 236 on that one. And then Tylus, his infantry doing really well. Titty Rond as Nabatea with 1977, 196 on 1 cavalry. Archers, 2 of them did pretty solid. And then his infantry, a couple of them doing pretty well, 118 on the Pike. And then Poov as Galatia with 2,086. And, you know, once again, his Galatian Legionnaires doing really well. His archers doing pretty good. 293 on his ballista. 293. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. I'm just going to leave it at that. Well, all right, guys, thank you guys so much for joining. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was a lot of fun to cover. And, you know, if you guys want to get involved in these battles, make sure to join the Dragon Core Discord. That link is in the subscription, or in the description, excuse me, as well as a couple other links, like one to the merchandise store, which, by the way, if you didn't know, I do have merchandise. I've had it for a little while, but I haven't really said much about it yet. And then that's also where you'll see like the Patreon link, things like that, if you'd like to support me further by subscribing to my Patreon. But thank you guys so much. We will see you guys next time.